what are a few key principles for therapists if they want to help their clients be more self-compassionate?
When most people think about self-compassion in therapy, they think about interventions. They think, oh, how can I get my client to do a self-compassion break or something like that, interventions. But in my view, interventions are one of three levels that people can learn self-compassion in therapy. And it's also not the first, it's the third of three. So the three levels are, number one, presence. In other words, the presence of the therapist, how therapists relate to their own experience. And, while they're in a therapy session. So if a therapist is highly reactive, it's going to frighten and shut down a client. But if a therapist is warm and spacious, that will create a healing environment. So presence really matters. And then there's the power of the compassionate relationship. In other words, what do you say? How do you say it? How do you respond? Right? So the best way to teach self-compassion to somebody else is to be compassionate. So that's another level. And then the third level is interventions like practices. And it's really great when a clinician can collaboratively create practices with the client that are relevant to what's going on, rather than saying, oh, well, you should really do a compassionate body scan, because the person can then come back and say, I didn't do it. And then they feel bad. And no. So on the basis of presence, on the basis of a compassionate relationship, and on the basis of collaboratively derived interventions, we actually are covering three levels, it's the whole enchilada, three levels that really support the development of self-compassion in the therapy context.